They pulled the plug on themselves. Chofetz Chaim gives a phenomenal mashal. This is a phenomenal mashal. He says that there was a king, and they had the first what's it called? Steamboat, paddle steamboat. So they built this steamboat, and it was built like a palace underwater. The king goes into the steamboat. They finish building it. Goes in. He's amazed. No less than his palace. And he sees it goes quickly over the water. You don't need sails on it. And so he says to the captain, he says, "How does it work? What generates the boat that it should move?" He says, "You realize the turbines under the boat, and the people who put fuel into the ovens, and that the coal, and that heats the water, and that causes the paddles to turn, and that's how the boat." He says, "Like to see it." So he goes down into the bowels of the boat, of the ship, and he sees, because it was cold, this was such a thick coating of soot, the walls were covered with this filth. The people who were shoveling in, they were like emaciated people. The soot was so ingrained in their skin, the white people looked like they were black. He never saw such uncleanliness in his life. He becomes enraged. He says, "This is my palace." He says, "These walls, I want them to be broken out." The king has the captain has no choice. The king says, "Break out the walls." He's enraged. They break the walls. So what happens when you break out the walls? The ship sinks. So he says, you have Talmidei Chachamim, impoverished, wear threadbare clothing, emaciated, because they have nothing to eat. They say, "Look at that. He's a disgrace to us. Look what he looks like." You know? We don't want him in our community. We won't support him. We want nothing to do with him. These are the turbines. They're generating the boat. You get rid of them, the boat goes down. These are the Talmidei Chachamim. But he doesn't wear cologne that costs $3,000 an ounce. And he doesn't know how to drink that whiskey that's aged for 99 years. Therefore what? No. So what are you priding yourself with? He doesn't wear the Brioni suit with the shatnez in every fiber. So therefore what? No. Let's see Hilchos Sukkah. Today, people, it's come to a level. People are so smoke conscious. If somebody's smoking, the people don't make such a issue over it. Somebody's smoking about 1,000 feet away. Something you could call a policeman. Say, he's infringing on my rights. I'm being affected. This and that. People to make all kinds of issues over it. You're in the sukkah. Person comes in. He reeks from cigarette smoke. Can't take it. Sometimes it does. Person smells like an ashtray. You can't stay in the man. It's mitzvah. You could be mitzvah from it. The halach is, we have reach ra. You're permitted to go out of the sukkah, right? Such a person comes into the sukkah, right? Another person comes in. The cologne is so thick, you can't breathe. Something mitzvah. Something. It's either me or you. Either you leave or I'm leaving. One or the other. We can't coexist here. What? You're permitted to go out. If you can't, every morsel of food that you take, it tastes like you're eating cologne. How do you can't eat in the sukkah? There used to be people. Shemesh, they used to put on a block away. You knew they were coming. You could already smell the scent. You didn't even have to be a dog. A sniffer. You knew it. You know about dogs, right? Okay, good. Okay, we're talking about Kiddush. Beis. La Rambam. According to the Rambam, Mekadish Mu'umod, Umevorach Leisha B'Sukkah. According to Rambam, you say Kiddush standing, and you say Leisha B'Sukkah standing, V'yoshiv, then you sit. V'achach Mevorach Zman. And when you're sitting, that's when you say Shechianu. Right? This is the first night. We're talking about this is the first night. Ve'inoagin came. So the Ramos says this is not our minok, this is not our custom. And l'kachim yushav. Cheindasa rosh. Mirga Ashkenaz is Kiddush is said sitting. Right? There's Yom Tif. Friday night's different, but for Yom Tif, definitely it's sitting. Zman Shechionu. Bekarish Umod. The ledato hayeshiva hu tchilas asiyas hamitzvah. When you sit, v'yesh levorach over l'asiyoson, hainu kodem asiyas tchilas hamitzvah. So before you do a mitzvah, it's predicated on a bracha. So first you say the bracha standing, and now you sit. V'yesh lino kain kol shivas hayomim. And according to the Rambam, that's where he conducts himself throughout Sukkot. You say leisha b'sukkah standing, and then you sit. Rosh b'svir leishi sinsmach habrocha al ikar hamitzvah. Which means there should be no interruption between the bracha and the mitzvah. So if you're standing, then you have to sit. There's a degree of hesitation. There's a pause. Right? Our custom is, since the primary part of yeshiva sukkah is what? Is the eating. So therefore, when you eat, it's sitting down. If you say it's entering into the sukkah, it's okay. So you could stand. No, we're talking about achila. This is when you're saying leishef. This is when you're saying no. Okay, again. Kiddush, everybody agrees you have to say in the sukkah. That's drinking wine. Because the whole idea, because normally drinking wine doesn't have the chashivus. But this one, you can't eat without drinking this wine. Right? It has to be Kiddush Mokum Suda. It has a special value. Leishef b'sukkah v'yoshev v'akach mevorach zman b'lafush levorach birch zman kodem sheyeshev. Everybody agrees. You could say Shechianu standing, right? Shechianu is to acknowledge it's the Yom Tif, or the Sukkah b'kol mokum ein nochel lasus came in time achrino. The tzorch lahasmich asiyos hamitzvah la brocha, because you have to what? You have to have the actualization of the mitzvah to the brocha. It's leishiv b'sukkah. So what's the mitzvah? Sitting in the sukkah. So you say the brocha, stand, and you sit. What about you want people simultaneous? This question always comes up by the Seder. Does one person say Kiddush for everybody, or everybody says Kiddush simultaneously? Or each person takes turns saying Kiddush, right? Mishna Berura Succos, Roy Loma Brocha the Sukkah B'Kol B'Mishicha B'Nigun Kishabichas the Brochas the Kiddush. As you say it with the tune. When you say Kiddush, you say a Birchas Hanenin, right? You don't say it with a tune. Whatever the Birchas Hamotzi, Borpriates, whatever it is. But you say the Borpri Agofen of what? Of the Kiddush, you do say with a tune, right? With a Nigun. Friday night you say Kiddush. You just say Borpri Agofen. You say it differently than you normally say the Borpri Agofen when you drink wine, because it's Kiddush, part of Kiddush. Right? We'll give you a sample. After breakfast, okay. He says, whenever you say a bracha, a person should be accustomed to say the bracha out loud. It's a good habit. To say brachas out loud, because when you say something out loud, it arouses one to be more focused, to have kavanah. No, but if everybody's saying it, no, right? Right. No, so what about by yourself? Nobody's around. No, when somebody's around, it has greater value to say it out loud. Because when someone says Amen on your bracha, it gives your bracha a different value. It's a confirmation, right? Why is God la'oneh yosem and vorich? Why would the owner is great yosem? Because he's confirming. If I tell you something, I'm saying it. But let's say a third party, he confirms what I say. So he validates what I'm saying. So this is God la'oneh yosem and vorich. So the owner, the one that says Amen. So if you say a bracha out loud, somebody else says Amen, it gives a different chashivus. It gives a validity to your bracha. That's the reason why I'm saying besides. But he said, what about you by yourself? What's the point of saying it out loud? Say it in undertone. No, you should say because it's more kavana. Shalom. No, he said, well, how do you say Kiddush all year? Standing? Okay, so you don't do like the Rama. You come from the Ukraine. Ukraine's Hasidish, okay. Right? What? gives it a chashiva, standing. Again, what do we sit? Because he said before, because there shouldn't be any interruption between the achila, the brocha, and the achila. Yeah, I don't understand. Even according to Rambam, he says you have to have overlas yosan, so you stand for the brocha, and then you eat. Right, then you sit. So say the bracha sitting. Say the bracha sitting. Say the bracha sitting, and everything should be sitting. It's not clear. I mean, I saw from Chaim Kanevsky that the Mishna Berura says in the first chelik that all birchas hamitzvos you're supposed to stand. You put on your talis, l'sati betzitzis, you stand. Right? But all birchas hamitzvos you should stand. Okay? So it makes sense. Leisha Basuk is the birchas hamitzvos. So you stand, and then afterwards you sit. The mitzvah is to sit. So the bracha is you stand, and then you finish saying the bracha, you sit down. But he shows from many sources that there are many birchas hamitzvos that you sit, you don't say achilas matzah, right? You sit when you say achilas matzah. Do you stand and then sit down? Right? So it could be over there because you say motzi before achilas matzah. Right? Say a motzi, and then you say achilas matzah. So you need a kriyos. But he shows many, many mitzvahs. There's a question like birchas haTorah. They say birchas haTorah standing or sitting. So from the Mishna Berura it seems to be you have to stand. He shows, he cites many sources that people sit. You sit for birchas. You could sit. You're permitted to stand, but you could sit when you say birchas haTorah. Even though, I mean, I think the minhag olam is that people stand when you say birchas haTorah, because as the Mishna Berura says, when you say birchas hamitzvos, out of respect for the mitzvah, you should stand when you say birchas hamitzvos. Yeah, definitely. It's not. It's not because that's... No, because how do you eat? You eat standing or you eat sitting? The drinking, there's an introduction. What? What do you drink the wine? What do you drink the wine? What do you say bar piagofen? Because you have to drink the wine. So it's a birchas hanenin. The bracha and Kiddush of bar piagofen is a birchas hanenin. You have to, which means Kiddush is ala yayin. What happens if somebody says Kiddush on wine, and you're one of the listeners? You don't have to drink the wine. Let's say you don't drink. Are you Yotze Kiddush? Yotze. Why? Because Kiddush was said on a cup of wine. It was said on a cup of wine. There's a halacha that the Kiddush, the wine that the Kiddush said, that wine has to be drunk. But to be Yotze Kiddush, you don't have to drink the wine, right? Because you see, no, but yeah, he was motzi. So what if he was motzi? Because it's like you said, the Kiddush. His drinking is not your drinking, right? It's like, could somebody eat matzah on your behalf? If every person's Yotze Kiddush has to drink wine, you didn't drink wine. The answer is you don't have to drink wine. It's only the Kiddush cup has to be drunk, right? The Kiddush has to be set on a cup of wine. The wine of the Kiddush has to be drunk. Preferably the one who said the Kiddush should drink it. He's not able to drink it, he gives it to somebody else to drink. So that what's drinking is what? That's eating. How do you eat? Standing or you eat sitting? You eat sitting, so that's why you sit down when you drink. Not because it makes spill on your shirt. That's not the reason. But Howard drinks, right? Drinks standing. He doesn't drink sitting. Not cutting about the shirt. Okay. To be continued.